Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you are watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the Deputy President William Ruto has just concluded his day one of visit in Western region. He has been within Kakamega, and tomorrow probably he might be heading to Vihiga County, where the ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi comes from. And Ruto has touched on some issue to do with agriculture, which has left so many people in the Western region baffled at him. And this is what he posted on his Facebook page. I will read it. The success of Butula Sugar strengthens our resolve to support smallholders farmers as a way of enabling economic growth. This is our plan for the agricultural and other sectors under the bottom-up economic approach in our resolve to grow local economies. He went on to say, engaged wananchi at Butali Trading Center, Kakamega, North Sub-County in Malava constituency, Kakamega County. Now, Ruto went ahead to challenge the farmers in Kakamega about the current price of fertilizer compared to the price of fertilizer by the time when he was the Minister for Agriculture. He also compared the price of seeds right now and at the time when he was the Minister for Agriculture. Listen to him shortly, then we will continue. Now, I want to use this opportunity on this punchline to explain to you why I'm convinced that the Deputy President William Ruto could be selling a lie to the people of larger Western region at interest of getting their votes. But before I go deep into that, I have a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once I release a video like this, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. I'm also requesting you to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend our video to more viewers. Now, Ruto, in his speech, he went further to explain to the residents of Kakamega that by the time when he was the Minister for Agriculture, the price of fertilizer was at 2,500. And as we are speaking now, the price of fertilizer is 5,000. So meaning they simply multiplied by 2. From 2,500 to 5,000. Now, during that time when Ruto was the Minister for Agriculture, he was working under Kibaki government, which was a coalition of Raila and Kibaki. So, simply, Ruto was working in Raila Kibaki government as a Minister for Agriculture. But what Ruto did not explain to these people is that when they took the government in 2013, he was no longer a Minister for Agriculture, but he had a half of the cabinet. So meaning he was controlling a half of the government. So if the price was 2,500, it means now Ruto having half of the government, because that time he was just a minister, this price could have gone even further, less than 2,500, maybe to 2,000 or 1,500. Because at least now he had a half of that government. But what we saw, it was a double-digit increase. So Ruto has been lucky to serve in a government where he has been controlling a half of it. Go to the parliament. He has been having half the members of parliament in Jubilee Party. You come to the Senate there. He has been having numbers. He has been controlling these governors. And again, in the cabinet, as we said, he had numbers. But what did we see? Instead of the price of commodities going down, it has been rising. That simply says that Ruto has been part of the problem in the country. Kwa hivyo kama bei ya mbolea imeenda juu, Ruto should not come to convince the people in Western that he is the solution when he had the opportunity to solve that problem, but instead he has been part of the problem. Because really, if he had the government, and he could not advise these ministers to reduce or propose a reduction in price of fertilizers. In fact, even what we saw was counterfeit of fertilizer coming in, then the farmers end up getting poor product. And at the end of the day, we have the cartels who now come in to get the business to do importation of maize. I mean, who are these people doing this business? Who are they? And under whose watch? So that's the truth of the matter. If Ruto did not provide a solution in 2013, 2014, 2015, and we are now in 2017, where he still brag of having numbers at his side, then how can he become a solution in 2022? That is the question we are asking ourselves. If Jubilee failed, then Ruto is part of that failure. If there is success in Jubilee, then he has been part of that success. In fact, someone like Mwangi Kiunjuri, he was fired by President Uhuru Kenyatta when he was the Minister for Agriculture, CS for Agriculture, because of his close association with William Ruto. And the farmers were complaining about their cereals. I don't want to play this video here, but we did in one of our past analysis. If you do not watch, I will put a link here so that you go and watch. We had also another video of sugarcane farmers complaining about the truck carrying cane staying on queue for almost 2 weeks until the cane inakauka, inakuwa sasa ni kuni, and now they have to dump it back in the farm, meaning they cannot process it into sugar. That is the problem that has been bedeviling the people in Western region at large. And now Ruto comes in to say that he will bring a solution in 2022 into the farming sector. Really, how possible is this? What Ruto should be explained to the people is, when I was having half of the cabinet, this is what I did to make sure that farmers in the Western are not suffering. Instead, they killed sugar, and what happened was to open an opportunity for now brokers to go and buy sugar from outside and bring in the country. And in fact, by buying sugar outside, then bringing it back to the country, this is how Mias Sugar and all these other sugar companies, factories in Western region got to die. As simple as that. So if Ruto is a solution, he could have stopped importation of sugar from outside. And largely it has happened during this 2013 government and 2017, especially 2013 that time. Hapa ndo kulikuwa na mercury sugar, hizo vitu zote zenye waliongelea. Mercury issues came because there was disagreement among these people who are importing sugar. Otherwise, if there was no disagreement, we could not hear of this mercury thing here. So the reality is that this government has brought the biggest problem to Western region economy. Actually, they are the one who killed it. So I don't see them providing solution to a place where they have killed with a reason to make maybe money. And you know, another blasphemy is that when we are heading to campaign, go and check 2013, when we were heading even to 2017 general election. What happened is that the government comes in to inject about 2 billion into a factory. They come here, people flank into that event, they give money in public, the checks are there. Then after that event, the same government comes with the back door and asks the MD to give back 1.5 billion out of the 2 billion they have given. Wanaambia hiyo pesa ni ya campaign. So the reality on ground is that people within Western, they will see 2 billion has been injected here. But in real sense, 1.5 ilikuja ikakuwa collected. Wanabaki na half a billion. So the money that they collect back is the one that they want to use for campaign. This is how this Jubilee government has been functioning. So you end up thinking that the money was been given, but instead, this was just a blasphemy. And if an MD tried to tell the people the truth, the next thing is that he will be fired. As simple as that. So that is the impunity farmers have gone through in the hands of this government that Ruto has been holding into a half of it. So simply, in my view, what Ruto was telling these people is that actually the Kibaki Raila government was the best because it was pro-mwananchi. But the Uhuru Ruto government has been the worst because this is the government that has imposed a lot of taxes to Kenyans. So where Ruto has been serving is the worst for the country to be. And now he comes in as a person who wants to bring a solution to the problem that he brought. Because as a principal advisor to the president, what advice did he give to President Uhuru Kenyatta? As a person who has been controlling half of the cabinet, what advice or solution did he bring to the country at large? As a person who has numbers in the National Assembly, through the members of parliament, how did he stop such kind of impunity that people of Western have gone through? Saizi watu wamengoa miwa na wale wanapanda mahindi, even they don't have market where to sell their maize. And the same person comes in and anawaambia now mpande macadamia. So even after doing that, it means they want to have business to do with sugar. They already have business with the maize because now the fertilizer is counterfeit. Mnapanda mahindi, the harvest so poor. So still they will have a chance to do importation of maize and now continuously have the billions. And now you find here even the little that farmers have harvested, they end up lacking market where to sell their product. Because if you are saying that we will provide a market in 2022, why is it that the farmers in Rift Valley, they are still crying about lack of market? Wana harvest mahindi, cereals zinafungwa, watu wengine wamejaza mahindi yao. And now ukiangalia the list of the people who are having their maize in the cereals, they are the politicians. And the common down-to-earth farmer, mwenye Ruto anatuambia bottom up is going to bring a solution to, is still vanquishing in problem there. So they never provided a solution. Instead, they have been part of the problem. So as I wind out, watu wa Kakamega, Vihiga, Bungoma, Trans Nzoia, Busia, and the Western region at large, I still strongly believe that Ruto cannot bring a change to agricultural sector in Western region. Because if he has a plan to bring a solution, he cannot come out to say that 2013 and 2017 government is not good, but 2022 will be the best, when he had a chance to bring a solution into that government. So if he never brought a chance in Western region in 2013 up to now, don't anticipate that he is going to bring a change in 2022. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. That's my view. And personally, I'm not convinced that Ruto can bring a change to Western region at large. And as I wind up, I just have one request. I have my friend by the name King Silas Oko TV, a content creator and a gospel music artist. So my humble request, please, just consider going to his channel and subscribing. I will put a link down there in the description and in the comment section. Let us help him to grow. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you and see you in our next video.